Got my NOS. Got a bag of salt and vinegar chips. And I've got some pimento dip to go with. But I probably won't be munching on too many of those.
Those guns absorb a lot of recoil, allowing you to stay accurate throughout the fight.
If I didn't already have a defiler, I would consider buying that. So the Arid Badlands took 7 episodes, ranging in length between approximately 40 minutes and somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 hours, 15 minutes. Oh, I think what I'll do is find Tannis. Might do some spider ant hunting, mostly for fun. And then I'll go back to the Arid Badlands and do those missions. Same barrel type. I think that's a Type 4 barrel. I could go ahead and sell this. And this. I'm just not ready to. Not yet. Need to get some use out of this. That will see more use later on. This will be my long-range shotgun. A proxy for a Hyperion shotgun, perhaps you could say. This will be my close-range shotgun. I could bring along that Corrodi Hyperion, just to have a 4-piece set of Hyperion weapons. Usually I would only take 4 here and 4 here. I don't know what I want to do. Because this needs to get some use. Oh. These are all back up. Which means that I could jump ahead in the game. But I'm not going to do that. I don't like to do that. It's disorienting. It's not me, it's my sinuses. Allergies are a mutation, or rather the result of a mutation of the immune system. I am in the market for a complete or near complete matching set of Hyperion weapons. Oh, I'm in the market for several things, actually. Interested in a Hyperion machine pistol, non-elemental. With either a blade or a stabilizer. Also interested in a Hyperion shotgun, blade or stabilizer, if I manage to find one of each. Preferred configuration would be to have the stabilizer on the Hyperion machine pistol and the blade on the Hyperion shotgun. Preferred configuration of parts for the Hyperion shotgun would be as follows. Any body type. Type 2 barrel or better. Preferred barrel type is type 5. 7-round mag. Blade attachment. Iron sights. Level 42 or better. Come on. Conrad Hart wouldn't have that much trouble. Also interested in a level 43 or better Doll Stomper. Parted as follows. Any body type. I think Stompers usually have I want to say a type 5 body.
400% more. Awesome. Also, torque doesn't make the guns out of freaking wood.
Type 2 sight or better. Any barrel type. Even a type 1. And any type of stock.
Lots of stuff been showing up missing lately. Makes you wonder.
Don't blame me. You dress like me. Dig it. Dig it! Well, except for the beer hat.
Hi, Scooter says don't walk. Hi, keep rolling. My daddy always said wheels are better than heels. Oh, you paralyzed though.
Jimbo Hodunk is Scooter's dad, right? His biological father. And Marcus has been his stepfather. So is Mordecai. Ha! If I didn't already have what I have, since I've got an equalizer and a defiler, I will sell that one. If I was co-oping with someone, of course, I'd let them have it. The most common and also one of the most universally useful and highly versatile legendaries. I know I say that a lot, but it's true, it's a fact. The equalizer rocks. And so does the show, The Equalizer, the original. I haven't seen the movie.
It's time for my pound of flesh!
This will be the better choice, I think, against enemy personnel. Actually, it isn't. With the corkscrew ricochet bullets, this is actually more useful as... See, I just destroyed my own vehicle. These corkscrew SMGs are actually fairly decent boss killers if they have a fast fire, which this one doesn't. But still, I got this from destroying Dr. Ned. So it's practically obligatory that I get at least some use out of it. I'm gonna go get another vehicle. You dress like me.
Can I help you? Hey, you see my gun?
But their vests have more pockets than mine.
That doesn't shoot where you point. Get a gun that's as accurate as you are.
I had a caustic equalizer level 31 on Playthru-1. It was handy. I wouldn't mind having another equalizer if it's either a masher, although it's probably not, and by probably I mean definitely not going to outmode this, or has a blade attachment. I'm also interested in a level 46 Atlas Masher. 3-shooter. Or 6-shooter. Remember, I had that 2-shooter.
The lady with scars where her face should be believes that you and I are looking for the same thing. You should come to me now so I can see the artifact you have recovered.
Your DNA has now been granted clearance to travel within the Rust Commons. Please wait while I activate the gate. I am the best robot. Yeah.
When I say enemy personnel, by the way, I mean human enemies as opposed to monsters. I'll try that corkscrew gun on spider ants. In Borderlands 2, some shotguns can destroy a vehicle with one shot. And you don't necessarily have to be Torg. Maybe 2 shots. Oh, overeager. I misjudged its speed. I thought it was going to swoop at me faster. How did you dodge my blade? Quit giving me level 4 stuff. 34 stuff. 37, that I could accept. Spider ants. My favorite query. One of my favorite queries.
You like that?
It's misjudged its speed again.
You like that?
Took long enough to score a strike. Lethal strike. I would expect this to be able to daze one of these types of spider ants, which is the same level as the gun, I might add,
Feel it.
with only 2 shots to the carapace. Doll pounders are the best. Hyperion pounders. And this is assuming that we would be comparing comparably parted pounders. And the reason Dahl are the best is because if you have a Hyperion and a Dahl that are the same level, the Dahl will be more powerful, while the Hyperion will be more accurate. Just to reiterate, assume that they have the same barrel type, same body type, etc. Don't ever crash into those, by the way. Hey.
So you're ready on Yoko, right?
Yeah.
And then, as you said, it is armed with the machine gun too.
Yeah, it has a machine gun and a rocket launcher.
Ooh, nice.
What do you think of my hunting rifle?
I like it, Benjamin. And then, when you look at the front of the vehicle, it has a sharp paint on it, and I like it.
I thought you'd like that.
Yep, I do like it, Benjamin. And then, to me, that vehicle kind of looks like a half tank and a half, you know,
Jeep?
car, vehicle or something.
Like a dune buggy?
Yeah. Okay.
How did I miss that?
Okay. Benjamin, I'm gonna leave, so see ya, Benjamin.
See you next mission.
Oh, Benjamin, and see ya, Charlie. Be good. Like I said, Ben, here's Charlie just in case we need him, because he's right here.
Doggity dig dog.
I'll see you after school, Benjamin.
See ya. I'm laid off for a couple of weeks, so I house sit, dog sit for my friends, or if their kids need me, I'm always here. Last summer I was their Manny. That's Casey that you heard speaking. He's one of 3 of my friend's kids.
This place is right. You paid all down. It's a real doctor when you get my machines and their scary needles.
Oh. That's one of the things I've been interested in. Not going to sell my Anshin just yet, because being an Anshin, it has such a good recharge rate. Also interested in...
The left's got nothing on my weapons. This is where the cars live. Get you one.
a level 43 5-line purple pangolin scavenger class mod with +2 find rare items. Although I don't really know if I'm going to need that. Because I've been finding legendaries at least once per episode. Speaking of episodes, what I was saying earlier about the arid Badlands compared to the dull headland. Arid Badlands took 7 episodes to get through in its entirety. Dull Headland took 1 episode of a length comparable to, well, it was 2 hours plus episode. But, and by the way, tell me in the comments what you think of the long episodes I've been doing lately. Since I usually do about 2 hours at a time, I figured, well, why break that up into half-hour episodes? Oh, hey. My Zombie Island of Dr. Ned Let's Play. Not bad. Anemic on damage. Took 7 episodes in its entirety. But still, I would say it was likely a bit longer than the Arid Badlands in its entirety. Oh. Oh no! See if I can rebound it. Oh, what? That surely was not a good idea. Ugh. I hate getting stuck on those little ones. Ugh. I hate getting stuck on scenery. That's more like it. Hey.
So you have a sniper?
Yep, that's one of the best that you could get. That isn't a legend. Stuck on the scenery again. Finish him.
And then I like the music so far.
Now, this entire series of games has excellent music.
Anyways.
One of the people who worked on the music is Jesper Kidd, who has had a long and extensive and, I would say, distinguished career. I know I sound like a gushing fan.
You have a pistol, right?
An electric revolver with unlimited ammo. It regenerates ammo.
Oh, it shoots electric bullets. That's cool.
Yeah, and because it regenerates ammo, that means that I can use it in conjunction with another revolver that serves a different purpose, like this one.
Oh, that's cool. I like that kind of revolver. Is that Borderlands or something?
Yep, Borderlands 1. And this revolver acts as a shotgun, firing multiple projectiles, 7 projectiles per shot.
Yep. So Ben, let's see. So, do you... Alright, Benjamin, like you said, Charlie's would be just a base, so...
He's on the floor at my feet, licking my feet with his dog tongue.
The flesh pigs are with you. And the bats that you just killed or whatever they are.
What if you crossbred these rack creatures with flesh pigs?
That'd be weird. The flesh pigs would be able to fly. Imagine that, people. Imagine if a flesh pig could...
Flying flesh pigs.
No, a flesh pig that could fly. Imagine that, people. Benjamin, what about you would have a hybrid of that alien bat with the flesh pig? Alright, Benjamin.
It's okay.
I'll let you go. See you after school. And remember, Charlie's...
Alien bat creatures were also in Out of This World,
Really?
a game which is also called Another World. And technically they wouldn't be aliens since they were on their native planet. Lester Chaikin is actually the alien.
If any of y'all know who... ooh, we have more. Nice. If any of y'all know who, if you guys know who Alpha is, record in the comments. Cause, yeah. Bye-bye. Door open or closed?
Oh, you can leave it open. That situation illustrates how stupid it is to spin the cylinder. On Playthru 1, early in the game, I found a level 15 Malawan, what was it called? Hawkeye. A 3-shot exploding sniper rifle. It was incredible. And I found a level 15 Hyperion Angry Death. What a pair. Not ready to sell that yet. That might prove itself to be better than the plain old green label pangolin shield I'm wearing. course, I had to get stuck on the scenery. Because that's what happens in FPS games when you are in a harrowing situation. And you're backpedaling so as not to take damage from melee damage from enemies. And you back yourself into a wall.
That hurt?
Hold on, I have hair dangling before my eye. Tell me in the comments all about your gear preferences. Favorite brand. Favorite weapon types. Favorite parts combinations. All that sort of thing. This powder is not impressing. I should have stunned you.
What?
At that range. Yes, even at that range. With an accuracy rating of 30, a Matador. Oh, by the way, zappers, shockers, etc. can really mess you up. Because they can deplete your shields quickly. In order to usurp their defenses, jump up and shoot over the carapace down at the abdomen. Preferably with a shotgun or masher.
Another trophy for
See?
my wall.
Oh, those skittering nymphs. They're not larvae, they're nymphs. They're only there to annoy you, like head crabs. See, that's what I like right there. Morty can totally do Zero's be-like water thing with a gun like this against these types of enemies. Shoot them in the carapace to stun them, and hack the abdomen off. Well, it doesn't always work consistently. Don't need that. Why did I do that frivolous reload? Be like water. You got snorked. And by that I mean...
You like that?
I blasted you out of the air. Like I do with Snorks and Stalker. Because it's fun. Oh, thought I could dodge that. I should get some Skull Masher action going on. Just to watch them go flying. Oh! Just had an idea. I should blast one out of the air with the Skull Masher. Or into the air with the Skull Masher. What went wrong there? Lunge at me. Of course I had to screw it up. Oh. Lunge. You. If you won't lunge willingly, I'll make you lunge after you're dead.
That hurt.
As much fun as that is, now imagine if this was a double X Matador or a double X Hunter's shotgun. I think that would actually be better.
What? Did he like that?
Make sure Bloodwing doesn't feel left out. I don't want him to do all the work for me, though. Two-for-one sale. Something I don't like about Gage in Borderlands 2 is Death Trap. Depending on your gameplay style, Death Trap can end up doing all the work for you. Lost to oblivion.
Not bad, not bad.
Hey, what if a double X shotgun with a blade? Oh, how'd I screw that up? Hurled enemies back even when you used the blade. Just because it's a double X. Once again, I reloaded because I pressed the use key.
Ain't like that.
It's too hard. What went wrong there? Maybe I should quit trying to do everything in such a specific fashion.
That hurt?
It's not the equip speed that bothers me, it's the non-stop unnecessary cocking. It makes sense that a shotgun with a great big cylinder, that's not a drum by the way, that is a cylinder, would be big and heavy.
Like that?
Just pressing the aim key and not aiming. How'd I screw that up? I thought for sure that would at least destabilize its attack. The problem with the Skullmaster is it has a scope, and that makes it hard to shoot enemies out of the air. That's why you never see skeet shooters put scopes on their shotguns.
You want me to share, huh?
Not bad, but I've got a better one back in my Underdome collection.
So many to choose from.
Let's see how that, just out of curiosity, let's see how that compares to this. Does not. But that's because of label color. It might also have to do with body type. Let's also see how this compares to... No comparison. Or I should say... It's not correct to compare a Matador to something that isn't a Matador. Regardless of brand. Doesn't matter what brands you're comparing. If you want to compare two different Matadors to two different brands, two different shotguns of two different brands, I should say, it makes the most sense to do so if they're both of the same variation, like Matador, or a hunter shotgun, or angry death, etc. Not much of an overlord. See what I did there? I jumped over its carapace. And stabbed it in the abdomen. Usurped its carapace.
Feel it.
Hey, what's this? Anaconda, I think. Yeah. That's a 34, though. Another legendary, still. I've never found a masher anaconda. That's what I'd like. A no-scope masher anaconda, or a no-scope bladed anaconda. Let's try the Cobra on spider ants.
What? You like that?
That is satisfying.
Boom!
But I always have more trouble aiming scoped weapons than iron-sighted weapons. See, if there was a, let's say, a snork all the way down there, I could shoot it in the head with this rifle if it had iron sights. But with a scope, it just takes more effort for me. And I don't know why that is. It can't be because I'm farsighted, because I'm not that farsighted.
Don't be shy now. Come on, catch a ride. If you need healing, step right up. The best defense is not a good offense. It's a good defense.
Also, I do believe that I prefer this ancient shield.
So get yourself a huge mess here.
Oh, if you were a 43 and were a 3-shooter, well, I've got the Defiler, so I don't really need another corrosive. I don't know, if you were configured differently, aside from the barrel, the Anaconda always has a Type 4 barrel. I could sell you. You are a good, well-rounded, non-legendary sniper. But I've got a Skullmasher and a Cobra. Yeah, I could sell you. Oh, good capacity, but not so good recharge rate. Maybe I should hold out for Blue Label or better. Level 43 or better pangolin shield. Also, it's got this on this side, which I think is the second best part to have on that side of a shield. I think this 3-prong part is the best to have on that side.
Get our feet out of the dust.
Figures a rocket launcher made by Tediore wouldn't even be able to splatter skitterlings effectively. I don't commonly use Tediore rocket launchers in Bravo Lima 2. Bandit rocket launchers are my faves. Everyone rags on Bandit as a manufacturer, but I actually like their stuff. But then I also like rubberized grenades in Bravo Lima 1. So I'm just all kinds of weirdo. Now granted, if I'm going to use Bandit guns, they have to be good. And some of them are. Like, Blue Label and better. Blue Label or better if it's an assault rifle. And if it's an assault rifle and it's a Bandit, it's Blue Label or better. It'll be belt fed, in which case it will be actually a light machine gun or LMG. Well, I don't know. Is it possible for an assault rifle to be belt-fed and still be classified as an assault rifle? Like the Ares Strike. The Ares Strike, for example. Oh, it's also possible to convert an RPK to belt-fed configuration. Now there's an idea for Stalker modders to work with. If you can convert an RPK to belt-fed, that means you could do so with any AK, right?
So big, so angry, so dead. What do we have here?
Oh, that's only as good as it is because it has a Type 5 cylinder. The 2-shot cylinder. This 12-rounder that looks like it should be an 8-round cylinder is a Type 2. I still say the Type 4 is the best. The Type 3 is a box man, regardless of capacity. That's the magazine on assault shotguns. Let's mash these out of the air. Just for fun. I'm not going down there just for that.
First aid kit. You won't regret it. In a world of no guarantees, you can always count on Marcus guns.
I will sell that penguin shield.
You got my machines and their scary needles.
It's good, but not great. Make sure I didn't accidentally sell something I wanted to keep. Saw the word Matador listed in green. So accustomed to skipping over that because because of my Jake. Oh, I might as well check the Underdome shops, since I've got a minute and a half.
Those guns absorb a lot of recoil, allowing you to stay accurate throughout the fight. Your grenade should do more than just explode. Customize your grenades takes a real doctor when you get my machines in there.
Hey. Another ammo regen. Notice how its parts are the inverse of these. Like a mirror image. Well, it's gotta get bought. Not a bad price either. Inventory is about to change over in 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Ah.
Wanna shoot a lot of bullets really fast? Vladov has your needs covered. The lads are the best armored works out there. You need something healing, step right up.
Ah. Just a sliver of health missing. Oh. I'll stash that for later use. It's a Model 560, and this is a Model 650. And as noted, the left and right parts are the inverse of each other. And their numeric designations are the inverse of each other. Isn't that interesting? I could sell these. Why am I so sentimental? If I didn't already have what I have, this would be excellent. It's just a really, really good, well-rounded sniper rifle. But this... yeah, I think I'll stash that and sell this. Sorry, Dr. Ned. Your weapon sucks. It's just too highly specialized. It's only useful under very specific circumstances. And this failed to impress me too, this pounder. But I'll still get some more use out of it. Or try to. Just for fun. Oh. And this too. I could sell this. I just don't like it. Sledge's shotgun. It's level 31 anyway, so I'll go ahead and sell that. Since I've got the Defiler and a Thanatos, I don't need this. The Anarchy is good. This is just a good, well-rounded machine pistol, but again, and I did get some use out of it, as I recall. This is a well-rounded shotgun. Let's see how... I need to get some use out of these too. These are actually pretty close to being evenly matched.
Hyperion asks, what good is a gun that doesn't shoot where you point? Get a gun
Did I check the shops?
as you are. Comms can improve accuracy, regenerate ammo. Get your meds here. Get yours right here.
Yeah, I did.
Jacob scans do one thing really well.
Juggling tasks here.
And honestly, what else do you
I
need?
want to keep that. Don't need that. Don't need that, even though it's awesome. I could sell this, since it failed to impress me. Oh, I'll get some more use out of this and then sell it. I don't really need it since I have the electric Thanatos. But this is just a good, well-rounded machine pistol. And I like good, well-rounded machine pistols. But I did get some use out of it already, so I will go ahead and sell it. And I can't bring myself to sell this just yet. Although I do have this. What a pair they make. I will go ahead and sell this. 127 times 7. What's with that?
Buy an Atlas, and you too can see what it feels like to hold the power of the gods in your hand.
1.4. That's an awesome fire rate for a combat shotgun.
If you're on a budget, TDR is always the way to go.
Don't like scopes on double anarchies. So pointless.
Oh, come on, let's get down. Come on, everybody. Check me out. I'm dancing.
What? What if this was a double X? probably wouldn't work as well. Well, it certainly wouldn't work as well as the Skullmaster. Hey, another equalizer. Has a Type 2 barrel. Which means it's pointless for it to have a scope. Imagine if both of these were no-scope safari rifles. Forces you to have to be like Eagle Eye, which Morty is. On Playthru 1, you're hard-pressed to find good Jacobs guns, because they all have bad handling characteristics. All the common ones, I mean. Oh no! Well, at least we know he comes back as a zombie. A sentient zombie. And he's also in the Borderlands 2 Halloween DLC. How did you do that? Were you swiping upwards with your buzz axe? Hunting rifle. Safari rifle. Burt Gummer style. This type of scope is almost like a reflex sight, don't you think? In some sort of way. It's like somewhere between a scope and a reflex sight. This is the double Z material type. I actually like the look of it. The double X is, of course, preferable. But the double Z looks nice. Hear the wind? Just like in Stalker, that adds so much to the immersion. Catch a ride!
Catch a ride!
12 out of 48. Got plenty of space.
Look at you, bro.
We're going too slow.
I think I might have missed one claptrap on Playthru-1.
If you need healing, step right up.
Guerrilla. I've actually heard that word also pronounced guerrilla. It means small war. Oh, I knew I'd screw that up. That makes up for it. Mordy has one of the best maniacal cackles. That should have been a crit. Doesn't take long for them to rechamber their next jump. This is such a Morty style of weapon, isn't it? A safari rifle. It's also a Sir Hammerlock style of weapon. Like the Buffalo. Or that other one. What's it called? The one with the Hyperion barrel and no scope and also no sights, and you aim using the scope rail. At least the Buffalo has a front sight that lines up with the center of your view, though I think it lacks a rear sight. I still need to get the Buffalo in Bravo Lima 2.
Jacob scans do one thing really well. Power. And honestly, what else?
Another ledge. Not a bad price. Might as well. Still in the 9s. And by that I mean 7 9s all the way across. And I don't need a 31. Do need to get some use out of this. And this is a keeper. This was a disappointment, but I'm still keeping it for now. Siren. It has my favorite type of scope, even though it's certainly not accurate enough to really need a scope. But I'll tolerate it, partially because it's a ledge, and partially because I like this type of scope.
Time to play!
Oh, it's a burst fire. I need to get some more use out of the Violator now that I think about it. It's just... Yeah, this sucks. This is not my style. Still, it was worth having some fun with, at least. Although it's not really all that much fun because you're relying on chance to get that explodey effect. And it's only ×1. It's a Torg that resembles a doll, as per Bravo Lima 2 standards. Oh, that will get some use. That will not.
400% more awesome. Also, Torque doesn't make the guns out of freaking wood.
Don't like elemental shotguns. Not bad for a white.
You don't need to be a better shot. You just need to
Don't
shoot
think I can.
bullets.
Yeah. For some reason, you can't do the compare thing. You have to buy it back. Which I've always... That's something else that Borderlands 2 gets right. I just don't see the point. Why is it like that? Why does it matter that I've sold it? Shouldn't I still be able to do the comparison thing?
trophy from my wall.
No scope, no problem. Put that there. Why is that the second torch? You can get destroyed to death by those fire blasts. So it is a good idea to take shelter. See, that took down my shield even through the busted out window. This is a Roland style shotgun. Would be better with a 7-round mag. See what kind of damage this does against Mothrak. Since the shop's reset, their inventory...
Reliable, lightweight, and incredible reload speeds.
Another equalizer. Yeah, this looks like the better choice. Still, I want to see what happens when I finish it off with this. Will it go flying? If so, how far? And how hilarious will it look? Yeah. Oh, and I scored a shooting star, which, as we all know, is not really a star, but still. Unfortunately, it scattered its confetti all over the place. And there was some fire in my face at the time it went flying. But we still got to see most of it, most of the spectacle. And it most likely didn't scatter any impressive confetti anyway. still stuck in the sky. Stuck in the skybox. Still need to have some fun with this. What do you think you're doing eating rocket launchers? Don't you know that will give you indigestion? Is that a good one? It is. It's actually a good rocket launcher. Doesn't really need a scope. I can't even take out one of these guys with one shot. Okay, that time it did. Launcher munitions are not expensive in Bravo Lima 1 like they are in Bravo Lima 2. And brick really gets the most best use out of launchers. I mean drastic. There's a drastic difference between him and everyone else. As you saw, that performance pretty much sucked. Couldn't take out ordinary guys with a single rocket. A weapon presumably developed to destroy vehicles, and it can't destroy an ordinary human. Why am I not using the gasher? Because it sucks. A blue stomp. It's a teddy. Let's see how it compares to the Hyperion. Oh, it's a stomper. So, it's a 31. Screw that noise. Yeah, I thought that seemed a bit anemic for a stomper, even for a teddy. But I was thinking level 40 standards. And this is a 31. Alright, so I wanted to use the gasher. I didn't want to use it. I feel obliged to use it. Obligated to use it. sprint. I know you can't sprint while getting shot. I thought Psycho was going to come up behind me. See, it's fun when you get that effect. What would make this gun better is if the explodey effect always occurred at regular intervals. Always at the third shot, the final shot per burst. Then it would function reliably, consistently. Which I know goes against the whole Borderlands vibe. Where are you? Are you up here? You're not even on my identifier majig. No red dot. Oh, now, there you are. Did you get thrown down there somehow?
More meat for me!
Yes. Now you're a one-armed torso. This is getting sold. This sucks. On toes. This, on the other hand, is awesome. Still, I felt the need to get some use out of a gasher. That's better. Oh. If it had the type of sight that I like, I'd consider buying that just to show how awesome an ordinary repeater can be if it's made by Hyperion or Atlas. Gasher, you fail. And so does this launcher. Should get some more use out of this. Does Vladov make an angry death? Off the top of my head, I don't ever recall finding an angry death made by Vlad. That's right, I already checked this. The game seems intent on proving me right about the equalizer. It's almost like the game wants you to have an equalizer. And that's fine. I'm all for that. Wants everyone in your party to have an equalizer. See why I don't prioritize fire rate with assault shotguns? Yeah. What am I doing wrong? There. Sometimes another one comes out of there. But not this time. Alright, so a full auto shotgun is fun. But if it doesn't do the damage per shot that you would expect from a shotgun, you're not going to have all that much fun with it. I know this one's a level 37 compared to this being a level 40 and a combat shotgun instead of an assault shotgun, and it's a Jake compared to a Vlad. So there's a whole host of factors to consider. Also, I should be maybe getting some use out of... Oh, I want you to go flying. My red pounder failed to impress me when hunting spider ants. screwed that over. It's not impressing me against Skags either.
You like that?
28? Don't insult me. You screwed me over too.
So angry.
That's Roland artifact, I think. Yes. Mordy's is the octahedron. That's more like it. Lethal strike. Naturally, Roland gets the most use out of any type of combat rifle. In my opinion, the Pounder is more like a combat rifle that's been converted into a hunting rifle. More powerful per shot. FPS Russia would call it a semi-automatic beach version of a combat rifle. But they're not all bitch. Teddies are bitch. Doll ones certainly are not. Hyperion does make stompers, don't they? I'm gonna skip that shot. More interested in weapons. Looks like I'll be sticking with this ancient shield for some time yet. Don't mind if I do strip your flesh. That's going to be a level 31. S&S. Electric? I guess it looks kind of blue. I might be mistaken. And it's going to have a 4.9 fire rate and 74.4 accuracy. Called it. Yeah, that's why I love playing as Mordy. Roland wouldn't have been able to pull that off. Brick could have. Roland's melee strike might have severely wounded that skag, but most likely would not have destroyed it to death with one strike. One strike. Visit the Underdome shops first. Oh, need to get some more use out of the Violator. I think I'll go ahead and sell the Vengeance. Since I prefer the Thanatos. Anyway.
If he took more than one shot, you weren't using a Jacobs.
And I've got the Pestilent Defiler anyway, so. Got some use out of that Vlad Doomstick. It was merely okay. It failed to impress. I'm tempted to go to the middle of nowhere. Just because there's usually good stuff in the shop.
There. Welcome. Or now's the vault's real. Well, if it is real, why ain't I putting the damn thing? Gold, hot chicks, monkeys. Bye now.
Oh, like hell, he's silly. Since gold is forged in the hearts of supernovas, it does make perfect sense that there'd be gold on other planets. And moons and whatnot. $84 double dollars for rockets.
Another valued customer. So, maybe I was wrong about the vault, but I'm sure glad I was.
Another gun that I don't like, that I will probably use a little bit just because. Just because. Would be fun
Is there
to
something you need?
test
You got what you need, now scram.
Whitting's elephant gun and Whitting's safari rifle against clawworms.
This is making me nervous. Take a deep breath.
Got that. Pretty sure I did all. Yeah, I got all these. Notice so I'm not blowing up all of those tankers like I usually do. Tanks. Just feels weird referring to them as tanks. Oh wait. Go ahead and sell that. Because the word tank has so many meanings.
Can I help you?
Yeah, get me a pint of rack ale. Or sarsaparilla. Whatever you got. Actually, I myself could go for a pint of golden pheasant, but I haven't been able to find it in years. Not in my neck of the woods. It's a Pilsner from the Slovak Republic. It's my favorite Pilsner. I'm not usually much of a Pilsner guy. I usually prefer stouts and porters. I like oatmeal stout, cream stout. New Holland's The Poet oatmeal stout is one of my faves. I like Three Floyd's Robert the Bruce, McEwen's Scotch Ale. Should get more use out of that. Torg Jake. What's interesting about that is that in Borderlands 2, early in the game, my typical loadout usually ends up being 2 Torgs and 2 Jakes. Till next time, catch you on the flip side, and see you next mission.